That's right, it's Lego Elves, but you wouldn't know that unless you read the clearance tag. I got this one for $7. Emily Jones and the Eagle Getaway. But the big question you're all here, is it Castle? So this will be the first entry into the series where we're going to talk about Is It Castle? It's a review, of course, of the set, but moreover about the parts and other things that go along with it. So you're looking at the box right now, and we'll obviously go through our usual stuff. At the top, we have the components made in Denmark, Hungary, Mexico, China, and the Czech Republic. We also have a little picture of the eagle. This is Lumia, the eagle, and then the actual size crystal. The back has all kinds of action scenes going on, showing you what you can actually do in the set. But there's also some lore stuff here, and that's maybe relevant for Is It Castle or not. So let's take a look at the drawings first. The first thing we have in this panel, we're going to go American, left to right, English version. Yeah. We have the elf turning into an eagle, kind of feathers sprouting, and then I assume it's Lumia the eagle, and it must be in the elf too is Lumia, with Emily Jones on her back, and they're flying towards a bad guy, and the bad guy, lots of bats and some crystals of power. I mean, that bat's thinking about a book. Emily Jones has a book. Oh man. The last thing we're going to talk about on the box before we're opening it is the actual scenes inside. So it looks like we have a little spider with a pie spider, very nice. And then we go over to Emily Jones looking around the corner. Okay. Finally, the eagle's brought in. It's eating that pie that the spider had. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. There's a treasure chest, and it shows you the treasure chest in a little zoom-in bubble spinning out and revealing some kind of secret. I mean, oh man, is that a secret? So let's, I think it's time to open it. Normally I don't care about opening boxes and ruining them. That opened really nice though. But this one, I always like collecting the ones on a personal note with the stickers just to show how good of a deal I got on it, which again, half price. I mean, this was a $15 set in most places, but it was $13.62 at Walmart, who gave it to me for $7. The set has a fair amount of extras. We get an extra amulet, we get some fire pieces, cherry, we even get an extra piece of pie. We'll talk about all of those when we come to their actual items, but I felt like it should be included at some point. So first we're going to have a little hands-on time with the set, show off some of the stuff, and we'll throw it to some more in-depth views if we need them for the review. First off, let's talk about Emily Jones here. Emily Jones is not castle-like. Very modern setting. She's obviously a modern girl in a magical world. That's fine, though. The pendant's pretty nice. You could use that on things. The hair's not bad either. And I mean, there's nothing terribly modern about her clothes except for maybe her shoes. We also do get the great book print. Great to have this magical pattern with the lock on it. Very nice detailing in that, and of course it opens like a regular book. It doesn't have anything inside right now though. Next is the elf bird. It's a giant eagle. It's a golden giant eagle. Nice to have. We're gonna have all kinds of gold pieces embedded in the build. The legs can be posed, the wings can be posed, the tails, I don't know, tail feathers, kind of weird to me. The head can also go down. It doesn't have any up angle because of the saddle. And the saddle is really nice for fitting a mini doll, but even a minifigure will fit in there. So we can show off that and It's nice. It is a little bit of a limitation that mini dolls can't sit on things without the special saddle piece, but it's not the biggest problem. You could easily modify that if you wanted to fit regular minifigures, or like I said, it'll just fit that regular minifigure right on it. So the cave is a little neat build, little treasure chest. We already saw the secret action. There is a lot of little pieces that I think could come off and be used on their own. So talking about things that come off, the entire top is a little glider, a little bat. I don't know, maybe it's powered. It's hard to say. It's magical. Look at those translucent green wings. You have some other translucent pieces on it. And of course the bat Vesp, Vespe. It's got a little disc launcher. Disc launchers are really fun. One of my favorite ways to shoot things. Don't love the flick fire missiles, but this is a great choice. They're not printed tiles that are shot out, but very reasonable. Around the back, we do have the little nesting area. I'd call that a home for the bat. It's got a little clip there so you can hang the bat upside down. It's obviously a bed build. Very classic Lego bed with those cheese wedges. They're just regular cheese wedges. And a tile. You could extend that out with more tiles of your own. There is another green tile in the set if you wanted to make it a human-sized or elf-sized bed. Pretty reasonable there. We do also have the spider up top. And the spider, it's prescribed that you build it with that piece of pie. So that spider may be the one that has the cherries in the chest? Or is it the bat? Does the bat have cherries that he's hoarding and the spider stole this pie? Either way, it's great to get that pie slice. So let's actually take a look at the treasure. In the treasure, we have a lot of things. You could mine that crystal right next to the treasure chest, but actually opening it up, we've got 2 pink, 2 green crystals. Next to that, of course, in there is a cherry. So now we're going to kind of look at some of the items and see if they belong in a castle setting. So for things we're counting as items, I did take off some of this stuff from the build, like the chest, very medieval fantasy item, the jewels from inside of it, and the cherries. The pie came off the wall. That came out from underneath the chest. We took off the amulets, and then the 2 light sources, the torch and the candle. The candle being the weakest item. You can take it or leave it if you don't think it's an item. I don't blame you. We do have the torch, which it's that semi-classic style of ray gun. It's definitely cute and it serves a purpose. You can mount it on the wall like they have it in the set, or grab it off and go adventuring. Gems always useful for currency or, general bartering. Well, over here we have the food items. And I think that it's an appropriate conclusion to get 2 cherries and 2 pieces of presumably cherry pie. Very nice to have some food items. If you're out adventuring, you stock up on some food in the dungeon. That's never going to hurt. Next, we're moving into the magical items. So the page of the book has the symbol that's the same as the symbol on the back of the eagle. Interesting. It also matches the symbol on the book. Interesting. There are lore reasons for that, and I don't know if we're going to talk about those today. Next up is the amulet. Now, the amulet it's a really close to great one. It fits on mini dolls, so that means if you've got elves or even people mini dolls that you're looking to give some extra bonus stats to, throw one on there. It is a tight fit to get it around a stud-sized bar like in the neck of a minifigure, and then you can see that there is a gap when you push the head down, so it does make them noticeably taller. Maybe if you had a cape or general armor, you might not notice it. It would probably conflict with that, and it doesn't quite sit flush. From the front, it doesn't look bad at all. I don't know if I'd recommend that as a minifigure compatible item or not, but it's an option. The last thing up for items is the book, and the book, it's beautiful. We talked about how beautiful it is. Look at the intricate printing on it. It's a really good collection to any kind of, sorcery, magic in general. I mean, this doesn't even have to be. It could just be a journal, but fantasy setting, love that book. It is empty, so we do have the page to put in it. And with the page in it, I think it looks very proper. Again, the symbols matching. Maybe it's a spell book, maybe it's some kind of research. Who knows? The shine from the translucent and I guess we're calling them silver, blue silver printing, holographic printing, whatever you want to call it on the page makes that just, it screams magic book to me, just the way it like catches and lights up. Just a teeny bit of a tilt and bam, it's powerful. And of course we do have a huge light right on it. But just the way that it catches the light screams magic book to me. And of course that can be held by a regular minifigure or a mini doll, and they can read the incantations and summon some wicked beasts or whatever it is that does. I mean, there are lore reasons, but you can pick them for yourself in your own setting. So last up, let's just talk about some little setting adventures you can have just straight out of the box. Obviously, Emily Jones is here on the Eagle. She arrives in, jumps off, and is like, wow, there's a lit torch. Kind of strange. She's got the magic book, so she's already looking for some magic stuff to loot. And there's a big treasure chest right there, but she's made all kind of noise and woke up the bat. He gets up here on the thing, and Kablooey blows her out of the sky. Maybe she's got some hit points left. She grabs her book, gets back on the Eagle, and they take off flying. But oh damn, it flies too. So that's straight out of the box adventure. A lot of fun there. Of course, you can reenact the actual lore stuff, but let's see how maybe what if an actual adventuring party came across this. So here we have a well-balanced adventuring party out looking for riches, fame, and whatever else. We've got a wizard human up front. We've got a human fighter, maybe some kind of tank barbarian. It's hard to say with him. He's got the axe and the mace. We have a gargoyle healer priest type back here and a half-elf rogue. I don't know what I did with the half-elf's dagger, though, but reasonable enough. So they're coming upon the thing, and the wizard, is here. The fighter's up front. We got the healer in the back and the rogues. So they go to... Oh no, the rogue's trying to loot the chest. Whoa, there, says the wizard. It's let me check this out. And they're being quiet though, because rogue and whoa there. Let me check this out. Detect what? There was a magic thing there. So the wizard collects up that magic item. And that's a positive thing. Magic item for the wizard. Oh boy. Now, the rogue's, of course, pissed because Thief was supposed to get first dibs at all the loot. But, wow, riches and food. That's great. They're low on food in the party. And, of course, the priest is like, hooray, food. Praise the sun, or something. The fighter says, this ain't quite right. Something's wrong. There's a torch on here. And he notices the torch. And he peeks his head further in, and oh my gosh, is that a lit candle? They've woken up the bat now. The bat definitely could just take them right there, but he's activated the weapon. So fighting formation. That's right, fighter in the front, wizard and priest in the back, and it's fine. It doesn't even kill the fighter because he's correctly. Oh no! Damn it, rogue! How did you get back there? Don't you hate when that happens? So now they're gonna go in and explore the rest of the cave. Oh well, there's a spider up there. Swat, and that was easy enough. Where'd that jewel come from? There's a jewel that just fell. Anyways, that's fun, great, and they notice that there's some pie up on the wall. So now they have more food. Great. I mean, that was pretty successful. New magic spell, some gems, a cherry, and a piece of pie. Did I lose a gem? No, there's all the gems. So that's how a real adventure party would handle it. That was easy as, well, pie. So I'm going to leave it there. There are some scores or something I should probably assign to this. This is a very castle-y set. Probably a I'd say yes to is it castle? There's also the question of does it add castle building parts and accessories? Strongly. Are the figures castle related? I'm going to say 50% on that one. There's no, I mean, the bat definitely is, the eagle is, the girl. Eh. And then last up, is it worth buying? It was worth buying for me for $7. I'm pretty happy with it. It is a girl set, so that'll turn off a lot of people right there, but that's your loss, I suppose. Anyways, I'm going to do an outro or something. So if you enjoyed that format, I know I did. Lots of things that I enjoy in the format in general. But if you did, go ahead and subscribe. That's easy enough way to, if I ever make more of these, to be alerted for it.